virus that is not apologetic, a virus that spreads across all sectors of our communities, sports, education, churches, entertainment, the media, and even the government, not just in the UK, but across the world. The virus has been declared a pandemic. It is out of control. And I'm not actually talking about COVID-19. The virus I'm referring to is called racism. How long are we going to allow racism to spread through our communities, and right now we are in the community, and affect our lives without using the vaccine you already have in your possession? What is the possession? Me and you. You are the vaccine. I am the vaccine. We need to speak out in peaceful demonstrations, just like today, so well done, Watford. Inject the vaccine. We must not use a demonstration for selfish motives and turn it into rioting and looting.
Free! Free! George Floyd! Fist up! Anthony, fist up! Fist up!
Hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I am Ken Ochonago. You are the vaccine. I am the vaccine. We are the vaccine. Nobody would have put it better, than our own Anthony Joshua. It's a pandemic. This pandemic is not COVID-19. This pandemic is racism. This pandemic is judging us by the color of our skin. This pandemic is something that you were born with, a cloth you cannot put, you can never raise a permanent cloth on you. There is no way you can get it off. This pandemic, we can cure if we understand that in humanity, color is no barrier. It is not the first time it is happening. I remember some years back, it was in 2013 or so, when Samuel Eto'o Fields, one of Africa's illustrious sons, a banana was thrown at him, and he picked it up and he ate it. I tell you, but now that the world is evolving, a lot of persons are coming to understand that it is not the color of your skin that makes who you are. Today, we are going to talk a lot of things, but basically, we want to start from somewhere. We want to start from paddling, canoeing, sailing. The last All-Africa Games, one of the sports that gave us most medals came from the stream. And it is not swimming, but it is canoeing. It is natural to us. For those who are living in the riverine areas, for those who are the largest of this world, the Zons of this world, the Shekiris, the Robos of this world, you understand that, yes, adaptability, your environment is water. But then when they got that gold over there, we said something is going to happen. So today, we want to see if we can reach out, to the president of rowing, sailing, and canoeing. That is 3 in 1. I remember we have a super minister. We have 3 ministries in one, but these are 3 federations in one. And we're living from here. We want to just get to Lekki, and see if we can get connected to Rear Admiral Festus Porbeni, retired, but he is the president of these 3 associations, 3 in 1. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Ken.
Yes.
Good to talk to you again.
Yes, and we're excited, having you right there. Let us start from, like I've just said, you guys went to All Africa Games, and beyond expectations, you came out with, in a bag full of goals to, for us, and, put us there. And then looking at that, you came in with so much optimism, believing that, yes, the Olympics will be another place where you want to showcase your skill and make Nigeria proud. You also have some skill that you qualified us. So how has it been? How were you able to achieve what you have achieved, both at the All Africa Games and looking forward to the Olympics that has just been postponed?
Honestly, Ken, it's been a wonderful success and dedication of work. Because I came into the field with almost zero. And we started no canoe, no boats, not no paddling. My coach used to train athletes theoretically. You can imagine training someone to play table tennis theoretically, without ball, no table tennis. That's how we're going. We're going on without, and luckily we gradually progress. Today we now manufacture boats in Nigeria, which I make sure is done. They will now have boats. So therefore, from the gradually we started going up, and today we are a sport to be reckoned with. We are always supposed to do the West African sports, the international body gave us a opportunity to host it. That is a plus. That from nothing to now, we are hosting for West African sports.
Now you are hosting for that is good news. I wish I can paddle. I wish I can also paddle and row. But then from the admiral, I want to come to you from that crest of optimism. You know, you guys were so hopeful that and happy because most of the interview you were giving, you were saying, look, we are going to use the National Sport Festival as an avenue to pick those who are going to represent us at the Olympic and then also shine. But then it was added to the National Sport Festival and also removed. What are the challenges, and do you think these challenges can be overcome now that the festival has been postponed?
Okay, yeah, definitely it will overcome. You know, honestly, National Sports Festival is the Olympic of Nigeria. You want to showcase yourself in National Sports Festival, and we get more talent. Before we started this sport, we used to row. We used to have developed overseas abroad people, like foreign based, like the first Olympics in London, Rio, and London, where Jonathan, who was a London based boy. Then we had the second Olympic in Rio, where two athletes from Nigeria, one from Sherry Coco, who was in America, and Jonathan in London. Now, next Olympic, we have 3 qualified athletes from Nigeria, home-based, not from abroad. This is because I grew them homely. And honestly, we are so proud that we're going to get this better result for us. But the National Sports Festival, suddenly, there was a command there. And this command, with the 11-member committee now going ahead and making sure that they're going to have other rating, the area is there, water is there, so no reason why it cannot hold. There's water, there's human beings, and I will ready to provide what to be provided. Like today, we have in Abuja the Olympic size lane laid by those who did for the Rio Olympics from Portugal. And we have these facilities. And in Benin, we have water that's available, and we're ready to make it usable for the events. For example, you have football tournaments, football match. The NFA chairman doesn't provide the stadium or stadia and the balls and the net, but the organizers provide the stadium, they provide the ball, and the NFA chairman to host to provide. But I'm ready to provide the boards, provide the lanes, and yet this is not being held, and I don't know why. Because look, for example, this is a sport that gives more medals than any other sports. Apart from I can give 26 medals in all my federation. Apart from others, swimming and athletics. And for you to not deny such a sport is a misnomer for me. Very misnomer. I can't understand. I went to Benin, went to see the place to host it, and send my technical officer, and also sent the Secretary General to see the organizer, say we are ready to do, and for one reason or the other, for primordial reasons, this was stopped. And I'm still struggling to make sure that this is made, because I'm sure this my honorable minister wants this sport and is ready to develop because it was in Morocco, where he came and saw my athletes winning medal, and he presented the gold medal to them. And so therefore, I'm not seeing any reason why it should not be held. And when it was almost been denied in Abuja, the last African game, last sports festival, I had to ensure that there is somebody that I had to bring the Olympic people to make sure they lay the lane, just to make sure that no excuse is given. Because the first time they said the water is no good, but luckily now nobody say water in Abuja is not good now because it's tested with runnings. But you have to do one or the other before things are accepted.
Let me ask you this, because they said you promised to dredge the river and also provide everything that we needed. But on the last minute, they said you and your federation did not do that. That it was based on that they said they are dropping canoeing from the National Sport Festival. And like you said, now that you have enough time, how much time do you need? How much resources do you need to put it in place? Like you said, meeting the 11-man committee to say you are adequately prepared, for this particular. Because I understand that about 19 states qualified and are to take part in this.
Yes.
How long do you think it can take you, and how much resources do you think you can muster, if you can, to put this in place?
Look, Ken, I'm so happy you know much about my federation. 19 states registered. You can imagine how many athletes have been training. Poor children. I almost cried when I saw it was cancelled or postponed. The poor children who have trained, who hope to look for this event, suddenly, I'm telling, in a week's time, if you give me a week notice, I can provide the lane and everything for this sport. I had already provided, a truck was leave to Benin with equipment and co. To provide the jetty and to make sure, because you have to get the jetty to go down and also. To us, we're ready. Before I got that news, over 11 midnight, that we're not hosting, I felt so sad, so bad. I met all those who are supposed to be in Lagos to organize this. And honestly, we are ready, absolutely ready. And if the Labour Committee, I'm ready to meet them, talk to them. I've been to Benin to see the place to host this the event. So we don't need dredging. We need to to widen the lane by clearing the bush, because the shrubs have got into the lane. Not that nobody said going to dredge. Nobody said so. You don't need dredge. The water is already deep. That a canal is deep. You dredge again. And someone who doesn't know about waterways, you don't dredge. You don't dredge. I don't need depth. So much depth. Boats are passing there. So canoe can pass there, for God's sake.
Passing canoe can pass there. But then let me take it back. I want to ask you. You were also a former minister of transport in Nigeria, and then coming sometime when you are on the road, you're asking yourself, so much traffic, and then you look at the waterways covered by water hyacinth. And apart from that, you go out of the country, you go to Italy, you go to Rome, Venice, you go to London, the Trafalgar Square, you look at all those things, you go, marine and coastal tourism. What are you doing? I mean, what do you think that Nigeria can get money? We can use our rivers, our streams as avenue to circumvent the traffic on the road. What can be done in these areas?
Ken, my in-law, honestly, when I was in office, my priorities were two priorities: waterways and rail. That's why when I was in office, rail were moving all about from Lagos, from Port Harcourt to Enugu. Rail were moving. We just have meetings. Even I've traveled from Enugu to Port Harcourt in a first-class train. I had to go to China to see the rail, because the story that the boats, the tracks, the rails are not good, the locomotives are not good. I want to see the locomotives being produced. And I met even the vice president of China at that time. Honestly, rail and waterways are the most things that we need in Nigeria. And I struggle to ensure that even to carry petroleum product by rail to instead of tankers on the road, because tankers, they give so much problem because of the weight they have and other things. But by rail carrying it, we had made all arrangements. Even the railings were made, the locomotives were provided. But suddenly, when I left, everything went the other way. And I also made sure there was supposed to be a rail transport express train from Lagos to Abuja, express, 2.5 hours. And this, we had the right of ways all done before I left office. I spent only 9 months as minister. And to tell waterways, because a lot of payload can be carried by waterways. There was a period where you can carry from Warri, you go out to Barrow by barges, by waterways, and suddenly all the rivers have been a lot of sanitation of water. Sand dunes. So I didn't say let's dredge. And luckily, We were able to meet the PTF chairman, the now head of state, head of president, the president of the country. He was there, PTF chairman. I met, and we awarded to 4 contractors to dredge water the river Niger. But today, by the time I left, when I left office, there was a lot of argument, and I was even being abused that why am I putting waterways, water instead of going road for my place. To the extent that they killed it, and today, if you go into Onitsha, you see the sandbank. How can a boat travel on those water now? It's not possible. I cannot even go to my place because they had a lot of sandbank. So honestly, the waterways are the most easier way of traveling. You see, even in Lagos here, from my place, there's a big jetty and everything, waterways that I travel to go to places, and it's easier for me to go to Ogudu by train, by waterways to Oroshoki. From Oroshoki, I go by road to Ogudu. But instead of going by road, where you take traffic, everything. So therefore, waterways and rail are the most easier means of transportation.
Briefly, because you have not, I don't want you to briefly before we go on this thing. We're talking about a coastal and marine tourism. How do you develop that in the brief word, and then so that I can take my kids, my family, and go out on the water, and and maybe attract visitors to Nigeria, to use our waterways.
Honestly, if you come to Lekki, Ella, are you getting me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If you come to my place now, Lekki, it's a tourist organization, because yesterday people will go out through boat. I have a Peaks Boat Club in Lekki, where people go out by boat, go to places, because you go to this beaches up and down by water, and there's a lot of tourism. I remember my classmates who came here and went around Lagos by boat with their family and wives, because by which this, like you said, why can't you even travel from here to Port Harcourt by boat, ferry transport? Why can't you go to places by boat, which is easier, more payload, cheaper than train, air, or road? So there is, honestly, if I'm sure if I have the opportunity, the waterways will develop more than what we are doing now.
Okay, so we want to take a go and say, that you say this on air, that you told Nigerians that within 1 week, if you are given the opportunity, you can make the venues ready for the National Sport Festival. Are you going to reiterate that? So I want to ask, within 1 week, you can put that venue to make it possible for the athletes to compete.
I will. Honestly, I will, and I'm promising everybody that I can do it. I did it for Abuja, Lekki Lake, Jabi Lake, and it is a standard lake lane there for growing, and I can do it the way I was able to make sure that boats are manufactured in Nigeria. They don't buy boats from abroad again. Make in Nigeria. I have in my big garden here, there's a boat club where we manufacture boats that we won't sell to people. So that rowing kayak boat, we make them. So if I can do that, why can't I make sure that we have these facilities in Benin to make sure boats are available? But the major problem in this country are boats. I remember before I came on board, for 11 years, our boats were at the jetty, uncleared, donated by international community. And I had to make sure I cleared those boats. When I found out my cadets, my athletes were in Tunisia without boats, and they were coming last and last. And I said, no, not me. I don't take last. I'm a worry boy. I train in worry. I don't take last. So therefore, I make sure that I clear the boats. I'm not clearing the boat, and I start manufacturing in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much, Rear Admiral Festus Porbeni is the president of 3 federations, rowing, sailing, and canoeing. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Ken.